This meeting is sandwiched between two major festivals of India. One is Navratri, second is Diwali. So Navratri is over. We are in between, moving ahead to Diwali. Our theme will also relate to the same thing. I'll ask each and every one, any speaker, whomsoever volunteers, they have to first tell how they celebrated Navratri, identify the topic which I show or demonstrate, and then start their tall tale with the same topic. I hope I have made myself clear. Tell how they celebrated Navratri, identify a topic which I show, then move ahead with the topic, relating it to Diwali. Fine. Now, coming to the festivals. Navratri is already gone and Diwali is coming. Any festival has two aspects. First is scientific reason behind a festival. Next is the religious background of a festival. Coming to the scientific reason of both the festivals, Navratri as well as Diwali. We'll discuss that first. Then we'll proceed towards the religious background. Scientific reason behind Navratri is that falls near autumn, the season, which is a mixture of cold and which is in between winter as well as summer, a rainy season. So that is a time when people need to eat less, spend more of their energy and time worshipping or in some way which is devotional. That is the reason behind having Navratri. Coming to Diwali, Diwali is just at the end of rainy season, where during rainy season, the house as well as many other items lead into a mess. We need to clean everything and decorate the house, have a new beginning. So that is what was the scientific reason behind Diwali festival. Coming to the religious part of both, Navratri is celebrated for 9 days at different places of India with different names. Somewhere it could be Durga Puja, somewhere it could be Navratri, 9 days Garba would be celebrated. What is the reason behind that? The Lord Ram worshipped goddess Durga before starting his journey to defeat Ravan. For 9 days, goddess Durga battled between Durga and Mahishasur. On the 10th day, she defeated him. So these are the stories behind Navratri and Dashera. After this Navratri, Ram entered his place, Ayodhya, which is considered as a festival, Diwali. So moving towards the table topic now, may I have the volunteers? Who would like to volunteer? The speaker would speak for 1 to 2 minutes. 30 seconds grace period will be given. 30 seconds evaluator would be evaluating the session, and after that, the next speaker. This session will continue till time permits. First speaker, please. Who would like to volunteer? Sai. Okay. So how did you celebrate Navratri?
To be honest, I don't know what Navratri is. I don't think we did anything. I have no idea what we did. I honestly don't. Yeah.
Okay. So coming to the next point, you need to identify the prop related with Diwali. Okay.
All right, we'll try that.
I'm going to give you a tough task.
That is a rubber ducky. It's some sort of a ducky. All right. So Prachi, I don't know if you know this, but you know when Ram had to come back from Lanka into India, he had the army of monkeys create a bridge for him. All those, they used to throw stones into the water, and the stones didn't used to sink because they had the word Ram written on them. But unfortunately for them, they also threw in a ducky, and that ducky is the ducky that you have in your possession. It's a very precious ducky, and let me tell you that. The ducky was initially white in color, but once it fell into the water being blue, the top of the ducky became, you could see the stripes of the blue of the ducky. So that ducky that you have in your hand right now, Prachi, I think you should keep it very close to your heart, because it's actually the ducky on which Ram walked. And that's why it's got those marks which look like his toes, which change the color of the blue from being a stripe into being those waves. So I would really appreciate it if you, first of all, show me the ducky once more so I can see it and I can admire it from far. And secondly, you see those two things, the dark blue at the bottom. That's the fork of Ram's toe, the big toe and the index toe. I don't know, the second toe, the big toe and the second toe. It's that fork is what you're seeing at where there's a dip in the dark blue. So that is what is happening. So I would definitely encourage you to keep this very close to your heart and be sure that you don't tell anyone that you have it, because very soon somebody's going to come and take it from you if they know that this is yours. So this is the precious rubber ducky that was part of the bridge which Ram used to travel from Lanka back to India. And that's what you have in your hand. Back to your table topics, Master. Prachi, you're on mute. I believe you're on mute.
Yeah, she's on mute.
So sorry, so sorry. Thank you, Sai, for enlightening us with the story. Now, who would like to volunteer as an evaluator? Yes, Toastmaster Sita, please. 30 seconds.
Understood. It's nice to be innovative and creative, but taking it to multiple levels, I think only Sai, Toastmaster Sai could really do. I personally felt it was a hen, and I was thinking he would probably talk about not having non-vegetarian food around this period of Diwali, but the way that he kind of visualized it completely by saying that this is the pair of the godmen was simply amazing. I think that's a skill. The way that he started off looking at what it is and then gradually expanding it and even connecting it to the toes. That was quite commendable. Fantastic job, Sai.
Next volunteer.
Let's have Sita do it, since you're already on screen.
Who would?
Okay.
Okay, fine. So how did you celebrate your Navratri?
I did go to Mysore to watch the fantastic Dussehra festival there. Stayed there for 2 days. It's brilliant. The entire palace was lit so nicely. I did also visit a couple of temples there. A great laser show. So it was typically a Mysore Dussehra for me. Is what I would summarize the entire Dussehra. It's with the family. So best thing to ask for.
Good, good, good. I'll give you a tough one. Another. Since you were engrossed in Diwali shopping, let me have something related to it. Be ready. Could you identify it? What am I showing?
Tanishq.
Start.
So as we were going along, the intent that I had was to primarily pick up more of dress material for Diwali. And that's when Sangeeta, my lovely wife, spotted this excellent shop. And she said, why not we change our entire stance and get more onto what I really wanted to have on me, ornament. I look so beautiful. Why don't you really treat me with something wonderful as what Tanishq could offer? I did go there and I inquired specifically saying that, hey, we know what you typically offer at Tanishq. Why not we do something different? And that's where the entire Tanishq, which is bright and lit with so many jewelry, gems all around. And this guy nicely pointed to me to a corner where the price of whatever jewels that they had was below 1,000 rupees. And this is something you were saying is largely being done as Tanishq. We are supporting the underprivileged. And this is where we have kept it at the corner for helping us to reach out to those underprivileged children. That's all I had to say to my lovely wife, Sangeeta. We both went there, we looked at it, picked up as many as possible to the extent of not necessarily needing to quote the cost about it, to the extent that it was like a donation for us, picked it up. And for the good gesture that she has done, we went out of the Tanishq shop and I had given her whatever the best that she could really ask for from a dress material perspective in another shop. So that was a great shopping and managed to come back on time specifically for this meeting. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sita. That was really innovative way of helping others. Who would like to evaluate? I would request guests to please participate in this. Would you like to try? Toastmaster Sachin, would you like to try?
I will participate into the actual table topic. This is going to be the evaluation. So I will participate in.
Okay, fine. Okay.
I will participate in the next topic.
Okay, fine. Who would like to evaluate? Puneet?
I thought you will not call me, but yes, thank you so much for calling.
Okay, okay. I'll wait. I'll Toastmaster Mahavir had volunteered, so let me ask him. Next time it will be your turn.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Toastmaster Mahavir, please continue.
Thank you. I think Toastmaster Sita took a clue from the previous topic of duck, and he really ducked that topic very well, and he molded it so nicely to make everybody happy and come out of this difficult kind of a situation, specifically for husbands. Good attempt. Very good attempt.
Good one. So coming to our guest, Toastmaster Sachin, I would like to give you a topic which is already discussed previously. First of all, how did you celebrate your Navratri? I forgot.
Navratri with family members, having discussions with them and dancing and.
Okay, you went for Garba.
Yes.
Okay. So coming to the topic, this one, could you identify? Let me go. Are you able to see?
Yeah, dust broom.
Now continue.
Few years ago, when I saw aeroplane, at that time, say it was a incident of my childhood days, just 6 years and all. When I saw the aeroplane, it was flying, and I wanted to fly like that aeroplane. And usually in our house, we had a broom, and apart from that, even my mother also was having this kind of dust broom. And sometimes, in order to keep it somewhere, I used to throw it. So I thought, if that broom can go from this place to another, it can also take me along with me and take me to the other place also. So in my dream, I used to think like that. I sat down on that broom and I was traveling and traveling. I was just enjoying the surrounding, and it was really very fun-filled atmosphere, stars, sky, and all. And I was literally enjoying, and I was traveling, and I was enjoying all these things. So that is the, I can recollect this thing with the dust broom. Over to you.
Excellent, Sachin, Toastmaster Sachin. I believe this topic flashed back to your old memories. So I believe now Puneet, I believe Toastmaster Puneet would be able to evaluate.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Please go ahead.
Yes, best part about your speech, you are enjoying your speech. Why do I say that? Because there was a great enthusiasm and smile. Now, despite being a tall tale, this you did attempted to somehow piece all those content. And with regards to recommendation, which I'll do it on private chat because I do have a lot of recommendation. But having said that, let me just use this time to commend you. Recommendation, I'm going to give it to you on private chat for sure. But I still feel you have a great scope of improving on the storytelling aspect of it. You have an amazing pace, you have good appropriate pauses. How about using dialogues between you and your mother? Just unleashing the creativity which is there within you. So appreciate it, but there are plenty of feedback which is coming you in the direct chat. Back to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Puneet. Can we have the next volunteer? Toastmaster Mahavir. Okay. May I know the time? Do we 8:10? We still have some time. Yes. Toastmaster Mahavir, how did you celebrate Navratri?
Navratri is not much celebrated in Maharashtra, particularly Pune, and because of the COVID, there were obvious restrictions. I think Navratri is a time to gather energy and to demonstrate that energy on the 10th day. That is, the 9th day is called as Navratri, and the 10th day is Dashera. And you demonstrate that energy, that zeal, that enthusiasm, that power in you, and it is that celebration. And I am being a member of RSS. So we had the Sanchalan, and we did demonstrate our power.
What you did on Dashera?
Dashera, basically being a Swayamsevak, we have Sanchalan, and there is this Shastra Pujan, the worship of the weapons, because we believe that weapons are not to kill or harm anybody, but it is to protect the right people, right qualities, and right thoughts. That is it.
Coming to the topic, Toastmaster Mahavir. This topic is going to be difficult. It's not just the one which is visible. The topic is hidden behind. You may start guessing.
Yes. Thank you for giving me this topic. This is so relevant.
Yes.
Just yesterday, I got this topic at my home, and it is costing around 48 rupees a dozen in market. And it is so peaceful, or it is so fulfilling to buy this thing. It just not fills my mind and my home with light and joy and happiness, but it also adds food to the plate of the makers of this great article. This is our Indian culture. This is the symbol of Indian culture. Again, the diya, what you have, is on, I think, on swastik. The swastik symbolizes, yeah, is it? Yes. The swastik symbolizes the 4 dimensions of our life, where there is an infinite energy, infinite zeal, infinite knowledge, and all these things. And the soul is struck in between all these things, and it is just passing from one gati to another gati. It's but a little bit spiritual, and it has so much of great significance, this swastik. And at the center, there is a light. That light is giving us the path to the liberation. And on Diwali, I request all of you to please lighten these lamps and use Indian-made lamps, and not to go for Chinese fancy lights. Thank you very much.
I was expecting the same. Just not just the direct meaning of this, but the behind this cottage industry and all this, you reflected on the same. I wanted the same reply from you. Thank you. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Mahavir. Who would attempt to evaluate? I would like to hear from people who haven't spoken. That is Toastmaster Nirmala and Timer. They are going to get less opportunity. So I would like to hear from both of them.
Toastmaster Prachi, yes, definitely. Toastmaster Mahavir, your observation skill is it's a next level. I didn't expect you to give such a minute feedback on that one particular, just one object. So you went right from the start, like right from the top to the bottom of the particular object. I mean, kudos to you. I really enjoyed your feedback about a diya and its significance in our lives, not just our lives, but also the lives of the people making it. That's from me. Thank you so much. Prachi, you're on silent.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Nirmala. Now it's time for our timer to pick up the topic. Are you ready?
Okay,
Who will note the time?
I shall note the time myself.
Sir. Great. So how did you celebrate Navratri?
Navaratri by fasting one day and the last day, first and last day, and after that eating lots of non-veg. So that was Navaratri for me.
Okay. So your topic is it visible?
Yes, I'm not sure what name is there, but I can see the sweet. I will speak on that question.
Toastmaster Akshay, sweets, Toastmaster Akshay.
Thank you, Prachi, promptly giving me a topic which I am in awe and love the most. It is very dear to my heart because sweets are the one thing for which I can celebrate all the festivals. Rather it be of celebration in the Hindus, celebration in the Christians, celebration in the Parsis, celebration in the South Indians, any festival. Sweets are the only reason for which I love all of them. It is so that even if I'm not aware what the festival purpose is, but if I get the sweets and delicacies to enjoy, I will have a very good time. But why do we create sweets? This was a story which was shared by one of my friends when I was back in Trivandrum in the year 2016, when I was enjoying this amazing sweet, which was known as, I'm not sure what it was, payasam kind of thing, but it was just like kheer and it was so delicious that it had different kinds of variety. At that time, he had mentioned that the reason we use this after the entire Onam fest, sadhya which you eat, and then you have this is the purpose to sweeten your gland, the mouth gland, such that once you have eaten the entire sadhya, the sweets are eaten in very small quantity over there. But I was the person only among all his friends that was enjoying this payasam the most. And to this, his mother, I'm not sure what she said in Malayalam, but I'm definitely sure she must have murmured something about me because all of them from his family were looking at me like, what has happened? Who has come to their home who's enjoying payasam so much? The entire sadhya was side, but the payasam was my focus, and that is how much I love sweets. So if any festival I'm around, the only thing which I would like to indulge myself in is to know about the festival. That is secondary purpose. But the primary purpose is to enjoy the sweets and the delicacies. And this month is all about, soon it is going to be Diwali. And at my home, already the preparations are in full swing. I have already started to enjoy the besan ka laddus, the gulab jamuns, and I'm waiting to see what more I can enjoy. Meanwhile, since you showed one of the sweet, I am grateful that you are going to send that to me during the Diwali as the greetings and wishes. So I'm hoping that I will soon receive that so that I can enjoy them as well. Over to you, Prachi.
Thank you. I've already sent virtually to everyone. Happy Diwali to all. So who would volunteer to evaluate? I believe Toastmaster Sai can. To close the loop.
Yes, Toastmaster Akshay, I think you might have overshot your time. So I will be mindful when you're doing table topics in future to keep track of the time, at least mentally. I know you're doing two jobs at the same time, so it might have been difficult. But I have a feeling that you might have overshot your time. That's one. The second thing is that I really appreciated your focus on sweets. But after a while, it would have been nice if you had talked about a little bit more about the your relationship with sweets, not just about that one incident, but maybe a few more things about how sweets have impacted your life and how you're either struggling or not struggling to work off sweets after your Diwali gets over. Something like that to make it give it a more human touch, more than fun. That's what I would recommend for your next table topics.
Thank you. So here comes the end of table topic section. Timer, please give your report.
All right. Speaker Sai took 1 minute 31 seconds and was evaluated for 45 seconds. Sita as a speaker took 1 minute 40 seconds, was evaluated by Mahavir for 18 seconds. Speaker Sachin took 1 minute 40 seconds, evaluated by Puneet for 47 seconds. Speaker Mahavir, why I have second again as Mahavir, I'm not sure. There was another speaker who came and they took 1 minute 30 seconds while Nirmala evaluated them for 35 seconds. I myself, Sai, as you mentioned, I was very close to the time. It was 2 minutes 28 seconds and Sai evaluated me for 23 seconds. That's all. Over to you, Raj.
Okay, so I believe all are qualified.
Akshay, but if you don't mind, can you send me the names of all the table topic speakers? I by mistake deleted the poll instead of saving
Sure,
it.
sir. Just Nirmala evaluated with speaker.
Mahavir.
Mahavir only, right? And after Sita, Sachin spoke. But after Sachin also, Mahavir again spoke, right? Okay, so he did evaluation and speaker. Fine, fine. I'll send you the list. Fine.
Over to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, table topic master Toastmaster Prachi. You have helped us to celebrate virtual Diwali because like lamps, lights, everything was there. Even a duck was also there with all of us, and we definitely enjoy with that. Thank you very much for all these things. Now let us go ahead. So we have completed our second session and now going ahead with the third section. Third section is for the evaluation, where our general evaluator and his team will come on the stage and share their views, their perspective, and the feedbacks. The feedbacks are not only for the specific one speaker or the person. This is for all. We could all learn a lot of things from it. For this, I would like to call our general evaluator Toastmaster Sachin. He is a practicing company secretary and trademark agent by profession. He's constantly working on his personal development and believe in breaking his comfortable zone. As we can see here, he is now in our meeting and enjoying it. And definitely he is having a lot of